some of you out there might remember that we used to have something called historic flight, and that was flown and maintained by the Air Force. We had a Tiger Moth and a Harvard aircraft. For various reasons, we have made a change to the way we do that, and we now introduced, a year and a half ago, the new heritage flight of the Royal New Zealand Air Force. And that is an incredible partnership that we have been so lucky to put together with Brendan Fear and the Wigan Hill Trust based on our newest training aircraft, accompanied by the absolutely beautiful and iconic shape of the Spitfire Mark 9. Now Brendan has run the Wigan Hill Trust out of a hangar on Omaka Air Base for some years, and as I said, in the last couple of years we've managed to develop this incredible partnership with him, whereby he is looking after owning and maintaining the aircraft, and then our Air Force pilots will also take part in that, taking care of the aircraft, but also will be flying them, and he then allows us to fly them at displays so that we can teach new generations of New Zealanders about the heritage of the Royal New Zealand Air Force. Anyone out there who's tech savvy, unlike me, if you have Facebook on your phones and your devices, the Iron Heritage Flight does have its own Facebook page. This is the very, very first public display that the Black Falcons and the Spitfire have flown together. And I know they put a little blurb on their Facebook page about it, so anyone who's interested, go and have another look. So you can see them low and over to the right at 2 o'clock there. They'll be coming back round for one more pass, and at that point the Black Falcons are going to depart back to Woodburn, so no display from the Black Falcons this evening, but the Spitfire will split off on its own, and then Sean will do a solo Spitfire display for us. So last shot to the cameras, ladies and gents, for the heritage flight on the Spitfire and T6 Texan formation. It looks so easy, don't you? We've had some reports from pilots flying throughout the day that, sometimes when it gets windy and dusty on the ground, it obviously can feel a little bit bumpy up there as well, but that looked pretty smooth to me. Okay, so the 5 Texans will depart to the right, back towards base Woodburn, and you can see Sean has detached from them, and he's going to be positioning himself for his first part of his. This one is really good for those in the cameras. This is a stall turn. We'll have to see how you can get up there with the out there. And then we'll be repositioning for another low pass again left. No, that's not a stall turn. That's actually very sharp, very reversible. As Graham introduced, it's actually got some very iconic markings on it. Those markings are the markings of Wing Commander Adam Deere, who is arguably one of New Zealand's most famous fighter pilots in World War II, and coincidentally his uncle, a friend of who owns this aircraft. This aircraft was one of an air industry order all the way back in 1943 when this aircraft was ordered. It shipped out from Liverpool and it went to the African field of operations in 1944 and joined the RAF Mediterranean Air Force. It did the active service in the Italian theatre. It was sold to the Israeli Air Force and then on to the Burmese Air Force, where it actually saw active service. This is one of the only aircraft still flying in the world, Spitfires, that has 2 different theatres of war. Okay, so coming through now, it should be a slow-ish roll. Not a slow roll, but not an overall roll. Sean Kellett, starting his return currently with the Central Dance up there in the Spitfires today. Sean, like myself, is an ex-RAF pilot. He joined the RAF back in 1985 for us today. Beautiful barrel roll there, a little bit more graceful than that slow A1 roll. And then this one's going to be a left circling turn. So Sean came over here to New Zealand in 2003, joined the Royal New Zealand Air Force. And during that time he's flown the CC-40 Air Trainer, the Air Mackie, the Harvard, the Tiger Moth, the King Air, which I was lucky enough to fly with him on 42 Squadron, and he's been a member of both the Red Checkers and the Black Hornets Platons. Then Sean will be landing at the end of this display. So you will see him come around on the short finals and then land on the front. A big wave for Sean and the Mark 9 Spitfire. Sean will be back in tomorrow, so he's playing both the white. There's a bit of roll in there as well, just on my toes. And he will also be doing the solo display for the next 2 days as well. Okay, so
and it's Sean.
It's such a fantastic sight to see those brand new training aircraft in line with the iconic shape of the Spitfire there. What's going to happen now is the Falcons are going to split off and Sean is going to position himself for a solo Spitfire display. So while he's sorting himself out, I'll tell you a little bit about Sean, ladies and gentlemen. He joined the Royal Air Force in 1985. And trained over there on the Jet Provost and the Hawk aircraft. Order for 1,500 Spitfires back in 1943. Nice photo opportunity here as Sean pitches up at the end of this pass. So this aircraft was shipped from Liverpool and it went out to the African theatre to Casablanca in 1944 and joined the RAF effort out there as part of the Mediterranean Air Force. It served in the Italian theatre of war and then, after the war, was transferred over to the Israeli Air Force. So Sean at the end of this flypast will reposition. His next one coming back through is going to be for a belly carousel. So that's a really good opportunity right in front of the crowd centre for those of you out there with cameras. So after serving some time with the Israeli Air Force, this aircraft was then transferred to the Burmese Air Force, and it actually saw active service in that conflict too. So this is one of very, very few Spitfires still airborne that has seen active service in 2 different theatres of combat. As everyone out there can imagine, Sean absolutely loves flying this aircraft. He's been so fortunate to have this wonderful partnership with Brendan. When Sean came over here in 2003 and joined the Royal New Zealand Air Force, he flew the Air Trainer, the Air Mackie, the Harvard, the Tiger Moth, the King Air, and he's also been a display pilot with both the Red Checkers and the Black Falcons. So he is a superbly experienced pilot. Now this aircraft is not in its original markings. It's actually been remarked, and that is in honour of Brendan Deer's uncle, arguably one of the most famous New Zealand World War II fighter aces, Wing Commander Alan Deer. He commanded Biggin Hill in June 1943 over with the RAE. Okay, so coming through now, this is kind of a slow-ish roll, not a complete slow roll, kind of halfway like a victory roll, not as fast as an A-long roll. Nice, because in a slow roll, boys and girls, you're hanging upside down so much, you tend to kind of hang in your harnesses a bit. That one's a little bit more comfortable, maintains a bit more of the positive G as he goes through. So after that wing over, the next move we'll see is known as a half horizontal 8. So it's half of that, because you'll see Sean will pitch up. It looks a bit like a loop. He'll roll over the top, and then as he comes down on the other side, he'll roll so that he's no longer inverted, he's the right way up. If you tie 2 of those moves together, you effectively draw a figure of 8 in the sky. So we're really amazingly lucky as the Defence Force to be able to fly this aircraft as part of our heritage flight. The purpose of the heritage flight is so that we can engage with the public, especially all the youngsters out there who haven't necessarily seen a lot of these aircraft flying. We want to commemorate the sacrifices of all the people that have gone before, but also, you know, promote the purpose of the New Zealand Defence Force with its allies. Right, Sean's going to do another reposition down at the left-hand end, and then the next manoeuvre will be a barrel roll coming from left to right. So a larger roll than the one he showed before, kind of scooping a barrel shape around the sky. Now while he repositions for this, ladies and gents, I'd like to direct all your attention to the green tents that are down at the far right of the crowd line. That's where the New Zealand Defence Force and the Air Force ground displays are. You can see that we've got an A109 helicopter down there, and the crew and maintainers are all down there. Really, really keen to talk to you all today. So boys and girls, please go down there and have a chat. We've got various different trade groups represented in those hangars. And as a special treat, and I think this is the first air show they've done it, we've got a VR setup for the kids down there. Kids and young kids, adults. So if you want to go down there, there's a little wee cockpit setup, and you can actually fly an aircraft on virtual reality, and your friends can watch you do it because they've got a massive TV screen set up there. Okay, so that's Sean coming into land, ladies and gents. Say big round of applause for Sean and the Spitfire, named after Wing Commander Al Deer.